9 hikers entered the mountain in 1959. Not one of them ever came back alive. The case has been investigated for decades, and it has never been officially solved. When rescuers arrived at the campsite, the tent had been cut open violently from inside. All 9 hikers were found dead across the slope. The cause made no sense to anyone. After months of investigation, the Soviet government issued one single official statement about the deaths. Their complete explanation was just 4 words: an unknown compelling force. Nothing more was ever said.
Every case has an official version. This is Dark Record Torai, and I go deeper. Tonight, we're looking at the Dyatlov Pass incident. February 1959. 9 experienced Soviet hikers entered the Ural Mountains and never came back. What was found at the campsite made no sense then. It still makes no sense now. Let me show you what actually happened. And what they never told you.
The year was 1959. The Soviet Union was deep in the Cold War, tightly controlled by the state. 10 university students planned a challenging ski trek through the remote northern section of the Ural Mountains. Their leader was Igor Dyatlov, 23 years old, an experienced hiker with many difficult expeditions behind him. The planned route was classified at the highest official difficulty level in the entire Soviet hiking system. One member turned back early due to illness before reaching the mountain. He was the only survivor. The remaining 9 continued deeper into the mountains despite increasingly severe and dangerous winter weather conditions. On February 1st, the group made camp on an open, exposed slope of a mountain locals called Dead Mountain. That night, in the tent on the frozen slope, was the last time anyone outside ever saw them alive. When the group failed to return on schedule, search teams were organized and sent into the mountains immediately. On February 26th, rescuers found the abandoned tent. What they discovered at the scene made no sense at all. Everything was still inside. Food, shoes, warm coats, all their gear, left behind in -30-degree cold. The tent had been cut open from the inside with a knife, slashed in several places from within. Footprints in the snow led away from the tent and down the slope toward the distant tree line below. What disturbed investigators about those footprints was that they showed a normal walking pace, not running, not panicking. The first 2 bodies were found near a large cedar tree with no shoes and no warm clothing. The high branches of that cedar were broken, far higher than a person could reach, as if someone climbed it. 3 more bodies were found spread across the open slope between the cedar tree and the tent above. The final 4 hikers were discovered buried under 4 meters of snow in a ravine near the tree. When autopsies were completed, medical examiners found evidence that completely shocked every investigator involved in the case. 2 victims had multiple fractured ribs on both sides, and one had suffered a severe fracture of the skull. The examiner stated the force required to cause those injuries would equal the impact of a serious car crash. Yet, despite those severe internal injuries, none of the victims had any bruising or external marks on their skin. One female victim was found to be missing her tongue completely, as well as both of her eyes. Several bodies showed an unusual, unexplained orange-brown discoloration of the skin that nobody could account for. Clothing taken from 4 of the victims tested positive for significant radioactive contamination in laboratory analysis. Within weeks, the Soviet government stepped in and classified every file and piece of evidence related to the case. The official conclusion was published in a single short statement. Cause of death: an unknown compelling force. 4 words. That was the complete and total explanation the Soviet government ever provided for 9 deaths. Decades passed. Researchers around the world continued studying the case and proposed many competing theories about what happened. The first major theory was that an avalanche came down the slope and forced the group to flee in panic. But there was a serious problem. No avalanche debris of any kind was found anywhere near the campsite. A second theory proposed the Soviet military was testing classified weapons nearby, and the group witnessed something dangerous. The radioactive contamination and reports of strange orange lights seen in the sky that night support this theory. A third theory suggested that natural infrasound from the terrain caused extreme panic and mass hallucinations in the group. Not one of these theories successfully explains all the physical evidence found at the scene, not a single one.
In 2019, Russia officially reopened the investigation. Their conclusion was a snow slab. The families rejected it completely. 9 people. 65 years have passed since that night on the mountain. We still have no real answers. The radiation on the clothing, the missing eyes, the orange lights in the sky. Nobody has ever explained those. I have given you the facts and the theories. Now tell me what you think happened in the comments below. If this is the kind of content you are looking for, subscribe to Dark Record. A new case drops every week. The official version of any story is never the whole story. That is exactly what we are here to find.